Welcome to a special edition of Bison Insider. I'm your host, Mr. John McLemore, and today I am joined by a very special guest, our fearless leader, Mr. Daniel Bison. He's got some very important information to share with everybody, staff and students, and I have some things I'm going to put on the screen, so this is going to look a little herky-jerky, but bear with us. Mr. Bison, the airwaves are yours.
All right. So hopefully everybody's got some of this correspondence already, but I wanted to make sure that we took a little bit of time to clarify anything that was said, or if anybody didn't receive the letter for one reason or another, to still get this information out to you. So the letter that was sent out is in regards to the student return. And I'm not going to read it word for word, but basically here's the gist of it, okay? Right now, worldwide, people are being forced to adapt, and we're no different. And we get it, and we know that it sucks. Some of us are going through it as well, but you guys are taking the brunt of this, and it's more difficult for you. So I wanted to start out by saying that. So anything that we can do to help make this time easier for you, reach out to us and let us know. The reason why I say we're all going through this and we're kind of in it together is because as much as we would love to give you a date that says, hey, this is when you're returning, we don't know. Okay, what we do know is you will not be returning on the 11th. And what we do know is it's going to be kind of up to us. And not every center is going to be the same. Okay. The information that we've received from the national office, from the Department of Labor, basically says that in order for you to reopen, there are certain guidelines that you need to meet. So we have to put together a reopening plan. Part of that includes PPE, so personal protective equipment for staff and students. And we can't reopen until we have that. We can't reopen until there is the go-ahead from the Minot government, the North Dakota government. We have to make sure we're following CDC guidelines. We have to have all this stuff prepared to maintain social distancing, to maintain your health, figure out how we're going to bring you back in before we can even entertain it. And so to be as upfront, as transparent, and as honest as possible, right now, I would plan on continuing distance learning and continuing staying away from center for the time being. And I'm hesitant to put a date on it, but I think it's safe to assume that it'll be a couple months. If that changes, as soon as we get something, we'll post a video here on YouTube. We'll send a letter out. We'll have calls, texts, Facebook groups, whatever. Anything we know you're going to know within 24 to 48 hours, right? That's if nothing else, that's my goal. That's the center's goal. And the goal of every staff is to keep you as informed as possible. So this is what we're trying to do. So hopefully you guys are able to watch these videos and you're reaching out and staying in touch with us, and hopefully you appreciate what we're trying to do, because all we can do right now is let you know what we know. And what we know is it's going to be a while. You can still make progress in trade and TABE and academics. And we're going to provide all the resources that we can for you to do that. The only thing we can't do is give you a date. And so, enjoy limbo with us. Enjoy trying to be adaptable, because we're not sure how long this is going to go on. But as soon as we know, we'll let you know. So please just remain engaged. If there's something you need, let us know. And if there's any concerns, let us know. We're putting together these plans and how we're going to bring students back. And your input's welcome. So if you have any ideas or anything you want to share with me, feel free. My number is 701-509-7391. So let us know, and hopefully that will kind of put some of you at ease a little bit. I know it's been trying times. I know people have been anxious, both staff and students, and totally acceptable, totally reasonable, and hopefully we can just help to correct that a little bit. One thing to note is that it's been mentioned to students, and this is definitely coming down the pipeline, is that you will be issued a Chromebook. However, I don't want there to be the impression that the Chromebooks are like hanging out on center right now. This is part of a national project. The Department of Labor is working on it. And so they're making bids and what will ultimately happen is based on the results from our surveys. So you got called once, twice, 3 times maybe about, hey, what technology do you have? What kind of access to the internet do you have? What equipment do you have? All of that was trying to compile information for the Department of Labor for our own use to try to make sure we get you whatever you need. The Department of Labor has all that information. They were working with AT&T to try to get you a Chromebook and some sort of a hotspot card. But knowing that it's a national project, knowing that the Department of Labor is out trying to get quotes and everything, it might take a while. So it might take up to July. In the meantime, we're still going to be doing all the Google Classroom stuff. If you need us to mail you workbooks, you need us to mail you packets, whatever, that's what we're going to do, right? We want to make sure this works for you. We want to make sure this is the time wasted that you're progressing. So again, just trying to be as transparent as possible. So hopefully that answers all your questions. If it didn't, again, one more time, my number is 701-509-7391. So that's the first bit of information, right? That's the student letter that was sent out in kind of a conversational way to approach it. The other thing is student pay. So obviously, you all are still enrolled, you're participating, you're working, you deserve to be paid, you want your money. When you were on center, you got, cash. Can't mail cash, it's a little bit more difficult right now. So what we did was put all of your funds onto a card. Or that's the direction we want to go, at least. So that way, you can buy stuff online, you can get it direct deposit, you don't have to wait in lines anymore. And we'll continue this even when you come back to center, whenever that may be. In order to do that, you got this form. Only things you need to fill out: employee information, which is highlighted on the screen. So all of your personal info. And then the most important thing, and there's a lot of questions about this, I'm sure there will be more. You don't have to fill out anything with direct deposit. What you need to do is check that box that says Wisely Pay by ADP card and check full deposit. I want 100% of my full net pay on that card. Do that, and your student pay will automatically get loaded onto the card. It might take a couple weeks. I want to say at least 2 weeks from the time that they receive this for it to take place. But this will mean that going forward, you no longer have to wait in line, so you won't get cash. You'll get it on a card, so you can buy stuff online. You can go to ATM, whatever. So all that hopefully kind of moves us into the 21st century and hopefully makes life a little bit more convenient for you. So last thing, with what we've talked about today, the letter, the pay, spread the word, share that with people. If you know somebody who doesn't have access to a computer, but they have a phone, or you can get in touch with them, do it, spread the word, make sure everybody has this information. It's important for everybody to know. So yeah, John, thank you for having me on the special Bison Insider breaking news edition, if you will, and hopefully that answered any questions that the students might have had.
I appreciate you being willing to get on here again and give us the updates. So just want to let everybody know that's out there. That's as much information as you guys have right now is the same information we have. Just to kind of reiterate what Mr. Budson was saying, we are trying to be as transparent and trying to be as open as possible and make sure that you guys are staying informed. So if there's any questions, give us a call. Mr. Budson put his number out there. If you still have questions and you're not quite sure who to contact, make sure you contact the center, talk to security, ask them for your counselor, ask them for wellness, ask them for TAP, whoever it is that you're looking for. That number for the main center line, 701-857-9600. When the recording starts, make sure you hit the 0 button. That will get you to security. If you try and hit some other button, it's going to reroute you to a place that nobody's probably sitting at. Phones are probably not transferred to other locations either. So if you hit 0 when you get to that main recording, it will definitely get to security, which they can transfer you to anybody who is working from home. So just as a reminder, stay safe, and we want to see you, and we look forward to the day that we can return to normal and you can come back to our center. But until then, we'll see you in our Google classrooms and study hard.
Absolutely. Stay well, y'all. Stay well.